Watchers, and welcome to another film review tonight. Tonight we're watching the very enjoyable Deep Rising on Blu-ray, of course. Really fun movie, by the way. I still like this movie. I would have to say it's a bit of a favourite of mine, this one. It's not my favourite horror movies, but it's a fun movie. And yeah, it's a film that it wasn't a massive hit, but I think it's become a bit of a cult now. So Deep Blue Sea is a 1998 American action horror film written and directed by Stephen Sommers, who directed the Mummy films, of course, which I do enjoy. I actually see them a lot. I don't know, so I know he kind of, I think he regretted making this movie, but anyway, so starring Treat Williams is really good. Famke Janssen, she's beautiful, right? Especially in the night. She was just a very attractive woman. Anthony Heard. It is distributed by Hollywood Pictures and whatever. That's not important. So it was a box office failure, but it became a cult film. I mean, it's a good movie. I enjoy it. So 1998, running time 106 minutes, budget of 45 million, and it made box office of 11.2 million. So it pretty much flopped, but you know what? It's a cult classic now. There's like the odd film. There are films out there that have done badly, but actually turned out to be good. I don't know. It's a good movie though. Captain John Finnegan and his crew, Joey and Lila, are hired by mercenaries Hanover, Milligan, Mason, Billy, T. Ray, Mamalou, and Vivo to pilot their boat across the South China Sea to an undisclosed rendezvous point. Meanwhile, the Agonautica, a luxury cruise ship built and owned by Simon Canton, is undertaking its maiden voyage. Reef Trillion is discovered and taken to a break. Unidentified saboteur disables the ship navigation and communication system. Something rises from the beneath and rams the vessel, leaving it dead in the water, and the passengers are slaughtered by an unseen creature. So you got Treat Williams, who plays a character called Finnegan, he's like a wisecracking character. He kind of reminds me of Nathan Drake from the intro. He has that kind of like wisecracks, and he's really good at this actor. Treat Williams he's actually passed away now. So Famke Janssen, she plays that Trillion. She plays a character called Trillion. She plays like a kind of like thief, and she is beautiful woman. In the 90s, my goodness me, she was like, she still is. My God, in the 90s, she's really a good looking woman. The X-Men movies, and you know, it's just a good, very attractive woman. So, and there's another actors in this who's actually not mentioned, is Trevor Goddard. He actually plays one of the mercenaries in this, and I like him in this. And that's the only bummer about this movie. It doesn't last that long in this movie. I would have loved for him actually survived all the way through until maybe, I don't know. I just think it's a shame that they killed his character off in this film. I liked his character. And then they got a character called Joey. He's quite funny. He's been in some of the Mummy films. Which one was he in? He's in one of them. Was it the second one? Or the third one? I can't remember now. He's in one of the Mummy films anyway. So anyway, you meet these characters. Treat Williams is this character, and then you meet this most on this like boat, of course. They're travelling across the sea, you know, like pirates, of course. and they're going for this anyway, so they have to get to this like cruise line. Of course, at first they have no idea what Treat Williams' character's got. What's going off? So anyway, you see this cruise line, the ship, and it's like everyone's having a party, and everyone's like celebrating one another, and you meet Figgy's character Trillian. Trillian's character, she's like she ends up getting caught, of course, trying to nick some. So she gets taken to the brig, of course, and of course then there was someone sabotages the ship, and of course the navigation things goes all haywire. Next bit, somebody attacks the ship, and it's like, and the rest of the crew start getting attacked, by some kind of some kind of creature, and it's like, and I mean, the film's fun. The film's got some really good. So anyway, so they end up. Anyway, so I think his character, Joey's character, ends up like doing a little bit of spying on it, seeing what they've got, and ends up finding. Anyway, Joey's character ends up finding these like rockets, like these. For some reason, they've got rockets on this. They've got quite. There's about 8 rockets on this. Anyway, so he ends up finding these rockets and for some of these weapons, and of course he's kind of like, what the hell's going off? And of course, anyway, so they end up. End up at their destination. Turns out to be the cruise ship, and of course when they end up on the cruise ship there's no one there, and everyone's kind of like, what is that blood? And that's about no bodies anyway, so they end up like, what the hell is going off? So they have to do their investigation. So they end up on this cruise ship, and it's like, so they end up looking around and all like paranoid and saying, what's going on? So they end up working together, like instead of like, so they end up working together, and of course anyway, so like I said, so they end up like, like exploring the ship. Seen quite a bit. This film still makes me laugh. It is funny. It's got some really funny scenes, especially Trevor Garner's character, where Jerry's character is like, what's that smell like? And he's like, he thinks he's talking to him, he's just waxing on. He says, I'm not talking. I like the humour of this movie. I do like it. And I just think it's a shame Trevor Garner's character. I can't remember what his name. I don't know if he's got a name of his character. Did it name? If you look at the back of the box of this, right, his name doesn't pop up, which I think is weird. And I liked his character, and his name doesn't show up in this film at all. It's weird. It's very strange. His name literally doesn't pop up on that. I could not work it out. I kind of went, what the hell? It's in the film though. That's the thing. It's weird. It's probably the only name that doesn't pop up, and it's not a film that is a massive hit. It's not a film that was a big hit, but I enjoyed it, especially the monster design, which I think is cool, and the paranoia. Everyone's just like, what the hell is going off? So anyway, there's another character called Handev. He is like the main kind of like leader of the mercenaries, of course, and he's played by the guy who played Sagat from Street Fighter, which I like him in this. He's great in this actually. Then you meet a guy called Simon Canto, who's kind of the owner of the ship, of course. There's a bit of a twist in his character. Turns out he's there's going to be spoilers in this, better watch it. It's an old film, it's a 1998 film. He turns out to be the saboteur, and of course, when you actually meet his character, he ends up killing one of the mercenaries' characters. And he turns out to be not a nice guy. You think yourself, oh, maybe he's alright, but yeah, he turns out to be actually probably the worst character out of the mercenaries, because some of the mercenaries are a little bit like, they think they're badasses, but then when they come across these creatures, they're like, oh shit, this is just too much, and it's kind of makes me laugh, because it's like, yeah. So anyway, so you meet this character, and of course, and this other one is, and this British guy, and I like this part of the film. I really do. I still think the film's underrated. I'd say I like this part in the movie where they have to go underneath this like, they got to get somewhere, like they have to go underneath this like. There's like supposed to be stairs, but it's like water instead. So they have to go underneath there, and there's like a kitchen section where they end up at this kitchen section. Of course, some of the characters stay behind. They're kind of like next to me. He sees monsters. There's one part that one of the characters kind of goes, "This is freaking me out." And these characters act as so it's a bit like aliens, where the characters acting tough at first, and then, but when they come across these monsters, like oh shit, they like humble the characters, humble. And this is what kind of happens. Everyone's just like freaking out because these creatures are like freaker. Anyway, so let's just go back. There's a part in the movie where one of the characters on the boat. This girl gets taken by the monster. Anyway, so one of the characters, you don't actually see him getting taken, but there's a part in the film where you see the guy coming towards him, and he kind of like it goes on to the next scene. And next minute they're in this like room. This monster comes down. Next minute they're shooting it. And then this body drops down, and you think, when I first watched it, I couldn't figure out who it was, and then think, then after, when you watch it years later, you go, it's the guy on the boat, yeah. And what it does is digest the person while they're still alive, and that's a horrible way to die. When you see this creature, it's like a big giant worm, but it's attached to another creature. The full thing. So this thing's like just tentacles or arms, whatever, and it eats from there. It's freaky as hell. I mean, some of the effects have aged pretty much since 1998, so some of the effects are still pretty good in it, but some of it's aged though. But you know what? It's not a problem. I still like it. I like the effects in this movie. So yeah, good movie. So anyway, so when that so I was on about the part with so then about the kitchen part later on in the film, and after when they've gone in the water, and I like the part where they're all kind of like, you know, one of the guys tells a story about a octopus trying to get into a glass thing to get a fish, and that was a good story. And I was sitting there thinking, yeah, they've got a point there, because if they stay in that room, right, and these things come and just, because you know they'll be like cornered. So each character does start to get killed one by one. Not very nice, but some of it is quite funny, especially Finger's character, hangover character, where I like the part where they're in this, like, the monster draws them into one certain part of the ship, and the next bit is always dead bodies everywhere. And the next bit is like it's water coming in, and they all like run. And there's a part where Finger's character, Hanover, and Joey's character are like running. Next minute, I like the part where he throws a grenade and it doesn't pull the pin or anything, or like I don't know what it does. Anyway, so it doesn't set the bomb off, and it's kind of like, you idiots. The film has a great sense of humour. It's like it's got some. I do like the humour in this film. It's really fun. It's a fun movie, and the fact that he shoots him. I think his character, Joey's character, ends up escaping. The newer character, he ends up escaping Joey, but then he meets up with him again later on. So he ends up being injured. And I like the part where he ends up. Anyway, he ends up finding Joey's character ends up finding Hanover, and he's kind of like. It turns out he's like in the creature's mouth, or what you call it, tentacles, or whatever. I like the part where he gives him a gun, man, and kind of goes, "Don't say I don't need to do enough for me," and I was like, and he just does this, and he starts trying to shoot him. It's like, and it's funny because then he ends up getting like killed. It's like, or eaten alive, which is the same bloody thing when it comes to thinking these creatures. But I like that part. The film's got a good sense of humour. I do like it. And the last part was fantastic, where you actually see the creature itself. It's like a massive freaking. Turns out it's like arms. It's like the thing from Thing, you know, that big, you know, that monster. It kind of reminds me of that a little bit with the tentacles and stuff. But I like the part where they actually have a plan where they use the boat's freaking rockets to blow the ship on. And yeah, I do like that. We're on the jet skis and stuff, and it's like. And that's pretty cool, actually. The film's got some really good scenes in, and the jet ski scene is fun. It's still fun to watch. Some of the effects have kind of like aged on this movie, but some of it's pretty good. Especially the action scenes, the explosion out there where they blow up the cruise ship, which is fantastic. So yeah, I really enjoyed this movie. The finale and everything, the humour, the jet ski part where they're all like, trying to get away from the monster, and of course. And it has a satisfying ending with Simon Cantor's character. I like the part where he tries to escape on the boat, and he's like, and he breaks his legs, and he sits down and thinks, yeah, and then it turns out the boat's destination is to freaking blow up the ship, and I like that part. So he's gonna end up so he ends up dying on the freaking. So anyway, he ends up getting himself blown up, of course. To me, I think getting blown up compared to getting swallowed by those monsters is less worse. So it's a quick death, but dying slowly like is not a very nice way. Not getting in that creature's bloody body. No thanks. I think I'd rather get blown up than that. The explosion right then is fantastic. But they're like the really attractive fingers on the jet ski with Trillian's characters on the jet ski with Finnegan, and of course I like the part where. Jump light and explode. The music kicks in. It's like massive explosion, and it's a really good explosion. The film, like I said, the film's got some really good effects, practical effects, and some good CGI effects. I'd say this film is an underrated little gem. Good humour, creepy moments, and some scenes actually made me jump, especially the part where the guy's underwater and this hand drop silence. I don't know why, I've seen it quite a few times. It still makes me jump. It's weird. So yeah, good film. Really enjoyed it. Good characters. So yeah. So good action scenes, creepy moments, and good monsters. I like Treat Williams in this. He's got a certain charisma that I like. He's got like a wisecracking humour, which is just funny. And especially the part where he gets grabbed by that big giant monster and he's kind of like, what are you looking at? Just shoots it in his eye, and I just think, yeah, he does it so well. He actually does a really good job of this film. I think all the cast do a real good job. Humour, good action scenes too. Some really good, actually good sets out here with the ship and everything. I think it's pretty cool. Anyway, the end part, of course, they blow up the ship and they end up on the island. I like the part where they think they're safe, of course, and they end up on the island. The thing is, this character's still alive, of course. Joe and X-Men is like more monsters on the island. It's like the thing is, the end part ends up for a sequel, but they never did one. So it's a shame though. That's the end of Bumblebee. They never made a sequel. But would it be as good as being on a cruise liner? I don't know. Would it have worked as well? They could have done a straight to DVD film, but I'm not sure if I would have wanted that. I think the film ended pretty well because it kind of leaves. It could have led for a sequel, but the film is fine as it is, I'd say. So yeah, I didn't mind it. I like the ending part, and yeah. So pros and cons. Okay, so pros. Some really good effects though. I like some of the effects in the film. Some visual effects, practical effects. When the ship explodes and stuff. So yeah, there's a pro there straight away. I like the characters in it. Treat Williams and all that. Trevor Goddard's characters out. Trevor Goddard's character. It's a shame that he killed his character off. I like to see him survive a bit longer in the film because I like. It's always fun to watch his movies. He's in Gone in 6 seconds, but he's like gone in 60 because he's in it. He's only in that film. And it's a shame because that kind of I like. It's just a good actor. He has certain. He plays villains really well. His character off. I liked him in this film. So Trevor Goddard's character, but. So I like the characters, I like the visual effects and the practical effects. So that kind of goes with the effects and characters and stuff. I like the monster design. I think it's pretty cool. It's like a bloody kind of an octopus, but more of a psychotic octopus, freaky octopus from hell kind of. It's just a bit like The Thing. It's creeper. Some of the action scenes were really well done. Some of the really cool. I like the humour in it. I really did like the humour in this film. I really thought it was really good and a really good ending to it. Finale has a really good, satisfying ending. So yeah, the whole film I enjoyed, but the ending part was pretty good too. So yeah, the ending part was pretty good. Humour, action, some really good death scenes too. Some creepy death scenes I liked. Humour, action. I don't know if I missed anything. So cons. Trevor Goddard's character getting killed off. I don't know. I thought they should have kept his character a slight bit longer in the movie. That's the only con I could think of. Maybe some of the visual effects have aged, but you know what? I don't care about that. I still enjoyed the effects, so I don't think it's a con to have. So yeah, the only thing that's a bummer about this movie is the fact that Trevor Goddard's character getting killed off. I wish they kept his character longer because I do like his actors. I do like his character. I like the way he plays characters. The guy's human. The thing is, character Joe's human when he buys stuff. I don't know. It just works. I don't know. It just works. I thought it was pretty funny. Play it straight and serious, but anything I can think of is Trevor Goddard's character getting killed off, which I liked. I don't even know what his name was. I just put Trevor Goddard, so whatever. So because I liked him in Mortal Kombat films like, and yeah. So yeah, good film though, really enjoyed it. So they really want to give oh okay, one more thing, music. Pros, music. I forgot to put that in there, sorry. I forgot to put so yeah, I've done the pros, so the music and everything, add that, you know. So yeah, pros and cons done. So yeah, awesome. Almost forgot the music actually. The music's really good in there, especially when it starts, you know, when it's trying to escape and the music kicks in. Pretty cool. I like it, it's very effective. So the thing I'm going to give Deep Rising is a 4 out of 5. Really enjoyed it. And It's not one of the greatest horror films ever made, but you know, it's a fun movie. I do enjoy this one. So 4 out of 5 for Deep Rising. Very cool cover, by the way. So yeah. So I'm going to go off now, people. Okay, people, I'm going to go off and off for a bit. Maybe subscribe to my channel. So 4 out of 5 for Deep Rising. Really enjoyed it. It's a good movie. You want a good, you know, not too, you know, just a film that's fun, action, horror, scary. It's just right. Perfect. So before I go off, I've seen it quite a few times. I've had it on VHS. I think it came on. Did it on VHS? I mean, I think I did it on VHS. I think on DVD, VHS, and Blu-ray. It came on TV years ago when I was like, I was just sitting there watching it going, God, that was a good movie. So, yeah, I enjoyed it. I remember first, but I can't remember if that was the first time I watched it, but yeah, I remember watching it. It was living, and I was just on TV. I was thinking, that was blooming good. That was really enjoyed that. So yeah. So anyway, one more time, subscribe to my channel. Take care, enjoy my like 4 out of 5 for Deep Rising, good movie. Remember to subscribe to my channel. Hope you see me soon, and I'll see you soon. And bye for now. Thank you.